going to try to do this piece at least a couple of other times after Detroit Red performs as well. So look for that. So this is about the life and legacy of Ella Collins, and it came directly out of a community response. Like David said, they were like, we want to see more Ella. And so we were like, well, let's create a piece. Let's bring it there. So this is Kendra Hicks. The fabulous Mr. Danny Harris. It's like, the amazing Sharon Hinton. Always awesome Miss Karen Monteiro. And the woman always keeps me honest and, you know, humble as Ayoka Drake. She always keeps me And like I said, we're going to do the piece, and then we'll have a conversation with them and me, and we'll all talk. So please, this piece, put your hands together. This is the original piece, and it's called Ella. Put your hands together, please.
I am Sojourner.
I am Coretta.
I am Betty.
I am Angela.
I am Rosa.
I am Malcolm's sister, Ella.
Tired and proud, I hold the hope and the dreams of my people, a living flag.
A common sense response to a desperate situation.
If the grass is greener, the water bill is higher.
Conductor of an overground railroad, my family is a lot like Ella's family. A lot of broken branches.
There's a narrative in the movement about getting stronger and quieter.
She pushed buttons to push you forward. She told me I had wings and showed me how to use them.
Coming to Boston in diapers at a year old with my mom, who had 5 children in tow, was the start of my feminine strength. My mother left her marriage due to my father's mental illness and physical abuse. That bravery is what I call doing what you have to do for your family. As you might imagine, we had nothing. Well, nothing of any real value. You don't take anything with you when you're running away. Ella provided a feasible option for us to start over again. The first memory I have of a token of kindness. It has given me an allowance to trust and receive from strangers. It's taught me to be resourceful, always seeking to secure what I need. Like my mom, I'm a provider to many, and am really good at taking care of home base. You couldn't have told me back then that Ella was only 5'9". I mean, she seemed more like 6 foot something, just a giant. I don't remember her standing much anymore because she became an amputee. But even in a wheelchair, Ella had a commanding presence. She used her resources to help people. My sister was sent to live with her while my family stayed behind in New York. And when my family moved here, she gave us shelter and helped us with resources to get on our feet. She even purchased savings bonds for me. I didn't even know what they were initially. But I knew that they were something of value. She would say, "You know I'm your mother." Wait, what? Sister Ella, did you just say you were my mother? That's confusing. I mean, just weird. You know I already have a mother. You helped her get here from New York. And it gives me warm feelings to know that it was her desire to be loving and mothering to me. I could see how she took Malcolm in and gave him a better life. She had a way of making you feel special. It showed in the way she took people in her heart, her home.
Our father didn't die for you to waste your life in these streets. This suit, car care wearing, white girl chasing, petty thief stuff only lands you in 2 places. And none of them are good or honor your family. You have so much potential, and you're wasting it in the name of fun. You could get yourself killed. And for what? I brought you here to give you something better. I worked hard my whole life, from farm work to real estate. I know what it's like to hustle, Malcolm. but you gotta do it to serve a cause. I came through the struggle of the Depression to sitting pretty on Mass Ave. And I want the same for you. You can still turn your life around.
Although I didn't have a woman as strong as Ella, I did have Uncle Joe, who was the patriarch of our family. He was from Antigua, West Indies. He was a Garveyite, very political, buttons of all the candidates, civic-driven, respected in the community, extremely proud black man. My role model and all the other men in my family learned how to carry ourselves as strong black men. One summer, I spent with him in Aunt May. I remember going to work with him not knowing what his job was. It was in the summer, and we left early in the morning. He was always in a three-piece suit, even in the summertime. He always had shine shoes, highly polished shine shoes. He had this Bill Bojangle Robinson swag. And as we walked to his job, everybody knew him and spoke. Good morning, Mr. Gustus. Hello, Mr. Gustus. Hey, Joe. That's another story, I think. He stopped and got his hair cut, which was hardly any there except on the sides, and he did this each and every day. I think it was for the bonding, for the adulation of his peers. I really know what to get the latest gossip. The walk to his job was beautiful. We arrived at this very large apartment building that took up an entire Manhattan block. We went downstairs to the basement, where he took off his jacket, his vest, his shirt, his tie, and put on a blue jumpsuit, much to my surprise. He was the building janitor, and I was devastated. I thought he was a banker or something of that caliber. I felt I was in on his secret. I'm sure none of the people he spoke to knew that he was a janitor. And to justify it in my head, I said, no matter, he still carried himself with respect and dignity, which I still emulate to this day. Unfortunately, Aunt May died first, and Uncle Joe remarried to Aunt Ruby, which was no Aunt May. Plus, she was much younger, and the family boycotted her outright and dismissed her as a gold digger. I stayed in touch with her because she had a gay son like me, and I liked her. And in 1974, Uncle Joe died, and we found out he had millions in New York property. You see, Uncle Joe was the janitor, but like Ella, he owned the building.
That's right.
I am Ella Little Oxley Collins.
I am an emancipated, no-nonsense black woman of means.
I love my family, my people, and I will do anything in my power to help and assist those in need. But please don't underestimate me or take my kindness for weakness.
If you need me, call me, but don't call too late.
You'll get no answer.
Don't call me out my name, because you will get a response. Got no time for games, but I like to have fun. My motto is,
If the grass is greener, the water bill is higher.
Now I realize this is Black History Month, and you wanted me to tell you something about my brother Malcolm, your great-great-uncle. Something that nobody in particular knew about him, and I got to thinking there's not that much more y'all ain't already heard from me, or Alex, or Rodnell, bless their hearts. But I got something for your ass. And speaking of asses, let's talk about Miss Louise Day Hicks, that asshole, and yours truly. Let's say we were two opposite or dissimilar people whom I feel had the greatest impact on teaching Black history in the school system in Boston. Although, I must say, doing this was well ahead of its time, but it did happen. And before it gets lost and twisted around, as these things usually do, I'm going to let you hear it from the horse's mouth, or the ass's mouth, excuse my pun. It all happened at one of the May school board hearings yours truly attended in the early 1960s. I hated going to these, mainly because of the one particular person in general who was the most bigoted, hateful, despicable, wretched person God had ever put before me. I won't say I disliked her. Let's use a better word. I hated her. Why? Because she had the nerve to rebuke me. Me. Often I simply stated that Black history in its entirety should be included in the teaching curriculum in all public schools. Is that asking too much? No, for her apparently so. Do you know that obese white heifer had the audacity to sit there without batting an eyelash and saying, call it history, had no place in the school system in Boston or anywhere else. While spit and spittle all in my face, because we were so close, nose to nose, when a piece of spit hit my eye, the acid from her soul must have caused me temporary blindness, and I lost it. When I came back to my senses, I was out in the lobby surrounded by the press, asking me why I had assaulted Louise. Being I couldn't remember, they reported I was the crazed, angry, incoherent Black demonstrator, and the whole issue of teaching Black history got overlooked and forgotten over the sensationalized events that preceded. But I tell you this, Louise never messed with me after that. I was so angry, I moved my son to the Ellis School on Walnut Avenue in Roxbury, where there were a large number of Black teachers who did teach our truth, even if only on a small scale. But unfortunately, only those students reap the benefits of our wonderful history. But those who learned it owed it to me. Yours truly. Remember this. I rest my case.
Hey girl, how you doing? Did you hear about Ella's good fortune?
She hit the number?
No. She bought herself a nice house over there on Dale Street.
Wow, must be nice having money.
Yes, it is. But I heard she got that house for a steal.
Really? How she managed to do that?
Well, you know Ella. She did her research. She found a house that was in foreclosure. She made a deal with the bank and the people that own the house. Told them they could have a down payment, and she would get the rest of the money in 2 days. And if she couldn't get the money, they could keep the down payment. Well, they tried to beat her out of money by calling in the deal a day ahead of time.
No, they didn't. What'd she do?
God only knows, and he ain't talking. All I know is she made a deal with the owners in the bank, and when she was done, they only got a couple of $100, and she got to keep most of her money, and got the house at a cheaper price. Those people were not happy.
I know they weren't. Serves them right. White people are always trying to cheat poor Negroes out of something.
Yeah, not all Negroes are dumb niggas like they think we are. And they'll think twice before they mess with anyone with the name Little Collins family ever again.
I know that's right.
I know it is.
You know, son, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. And we've had some hard times. Like living in Georgia and dealing with those racist crackers. Or when money and food got real tight, but there were some good moments too. Like getting out of Georgia. And bringing your uncle here to Boston. And not just him, but a lot of our family. And even some friends. I couldn't get everybody, but I did pretty good. Almost 50 people. And then there's that time your uncle went to prison for breaking and entering with those white girls, and I wasn't too happy about that. As a matter of fact, I was really disappointed. Because I knew Malcolm was so much better than that.
He could have been a lawyer. If he put as much energy into that as he did street hustling and carry on with Shorty. But never mind that, because he really took advantage of that prison library and debate team inside the joint. So much that he beat those college students at Harvard and Oxford. And he didn't have a degree. You would never have known it though. Malcolm's mind was always sharp, and that tongue was slick enough to talk a dog off of a meat wagon.
Malcolm was just like me when it came to beating the man, the system, with boosting to put clothes on y'all's backs, or outsmarting them banks and racist white homeowners to buy our house on Dale Street. I'm so proud of you two right now. And hope you've learned something from me, your Uncle Malcolm, and the other family members that came before you. So don't ever leave your wife and kids like Daddy left us, without a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. When it's finished, use this book as a blueprint for your life to avoid the mistakes we made and build a better future for yourself and our people. Try to move on, to forget the mistakes and bad things of the past, like I had to do with my 3 husbands, one of them being your father. And remember the good parts. Your uncle finally going to the Hajj in Mecca. The positive impact he had on our people, even after they killed him. All we did doesn't have to end there. And it won't. When we finish this book, and we can keep the memory and purpose of your uncle alive. I'm proud of you right now. And I'm proud of your Uncle Malcolm. Remember that.
I see your skin, glistening, dark like a night without a moon. The sweat from your workday dripping down the left side of your face, your nose sculpted by colonization, your cheekbones high as the ceiling. I hear you scream at us to hurry up, and I snap out of it. Today, you're the angry you, frustrated about whatever adult thing is worrying you, but yesterday you were. Adorned in gold, your red lipstick smeared just slightly from the beer bottle. Yesterday, you were. Happy. Alive. Tomorrow, you're leaving for another trip, and we're making extra deliveries, just to make sure that there's enough. We buy our clothes for the school year at the Goodwill. I won't see you for 6 months, but you will have saved that girl's life. Again.
I am Ayanna Presley.
I am Asada Shakur.
I am Melnita Cass.
I am Elma Lewis.
I am Julia Mejia.
I am Ayoka Drake.
I am Danny Harris.
I am Sharon Hinton.
And I am Kendra Hicks.
I am Karen Monteiro.
I am Ella.
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 All right. They're gonna strike these music stands. We'll have a concert. One more round of applause, please.